Hello everyone and welcome back to Catch Them Young. Today I'll be answering some questions that some parents have been asking me about their 3-year-olds who are getting ready for pre-K3. As we all know, many daycare centers have been on lockdown for some months now, and this has affected some 3-year-olds who are getting ready to start preschool by September. Okay guys, let's get into the questions. First question: how can I support my child's language development at home before he or she starts preschool in September? So I'm really going to try to keep this very simple and straight to the point so that all the parents will understand and don't feel like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? So I want you to understand that language development starts at birth, but children need consistent, ongoing support to be able to develop their language properly. I also want to point out that some children language development start very early, while some other children take their time. So as a parent, you need to pay close attention to your child, especially when your child is like a little bit above 1 and the child starts babbling, starts trying to say those early words like calling mama, papa. You need to pay close attention and begin from that time to support your child's language development. Language development can be divided into 4 skills: the skill of listening, the skill of speaking, the skill of reading, and the skill of writing. Now these 4 skills are interwoven, and so if a child can be a good listener, the child can become a good speaker, and if a child can be a good reader, the child can become a good writer. So let's go back to the question: how can I support my child's language development at home before he or she starts preschool? My very first suggestion here would be that as soon as a parent notices that the child begins to fall in love with words and is beginning to make efforts to speak, parents should use visuals, because kids learn a lot with visual. As much as the kids are listening to you, learning how to speak from you, from the way you use words, it's also good you use visuals to illustrate those words to the child. So the next question might be, how can I use visuals to support my child's language development at home? Now, if your child has a bed corner in his or her room, right? I suggest that decorate your child's bed space or corner with colorful ABC letters that have pictures of objects, and the name of these objects begin with each and every letter. Make sure they're colorful. You can have maybe letter A with a picture of an apple. Letter B could be the picture of a ball or a baby. Letter C could be the picture of a cup. You can also cut individual letters out and then you paste it all around his room, just to decorate the room, and then just create that letter awareness, to your child, because that is part of what helps. So you make it visual, all right? So now you can find these resources online. There are free letters that you can print from your computer, then color them and paste them on the wall in your child's room. You can as well find already made posters from stores like the Dollar Tree, some 99-cent store. When you're walking, they have like education areas where you can find resources like that already made. You buy such posters and you use them to decorate your child's room, just to create that awareness. They need a visual for a start. When you have your child's room decorated with all these letters A to Z, and then you have all these pictures alongside with the letters, you will find that your child will start becoming interested in language. He wants to know what those symbols, the letters, what are they? What do they sound like? What are these objects? How do I say the name of these objects? So that is what creates an opportunity for you to have a teachable moment with your child. So when you notice your child is becoming interested in learning the letters on the wall, you will see the child pointing to the letter and at the same time trying to point to the object. And so that becomes a teachable moment for you as a parent. Now you're going to help the child a step further by explaining to the child that that is letter A. That is letter A. And you try to make the child to repeat after you letter A. And then you say letter A for apple. Okay, so and the child is apple. Before you know it, another day is going to come up to you and say, Mommy, A, apple. Just like that. It's that simple. Okay? I said earlier on that the 4 language skills are interwoven. Remember that your child should be able to listen to you to be able to repeat what you're saying to him or her, right? So helping a child learn how to listen is key to language development. So let's start from the simple rules of good listening. Eyes are watching. You have to teach your child when you are speaking to your child that he has to do what? Have what? His eyes focused on you. You have to focus on the speaker. You have to track the speaker. And you have to also teach your child that in case he gets to the classroom, for him to be a good listener, he should be able to focus on the teacher, track the teacher while the teacher is speaking. Okay? Why does a child need to focus his eyes on you as a speaker or on the teacher as a speaker? Simple, just to avoid distraction. Like, can you imagine that I'm trying to teach a student, or you as a mother trying to teach your child, and your child is looking downwards or looking elsewhere? What is that? Your child is not trying to pay attention. So it's basic rule, language development. Teach your child how to be a good listener by focusing his eyes on you when you speak to him or her. That is key. Rule number 2 is ears are listening. So when you try to have a conversation with your child at home, or you're trying to teach your child maybe the alphabet like we suggested earlier, you have to do what? Teach your child that ears are used for listening. In the same way, when your child gets to the classroom, when the teacher is engaging your child in learning, your child needs to remember, what you used to say at home, that ears are used for listening. Remember, a good listener will be a good speaker. So number 3 simple rule is voice is quiet. Voice is quiet. You need to teach your child that when you are teaching him at home, 1, he needs to pay attention to you by focusing with his eyes, listening with his ears, and his voice is what? Quiet. Simple rule number 4 is body is calm. So when you are trying to teach your child the letters A to Z at home, helping him to learn his letter sounds and the objects, that go with the letters, you need to teach your child to sit calm, keep his body calm. You are not trying to teach a child and the child is jumping on the table, jumping on the couch, running around your house. No, because when the child gets to school, to the classroom, the same thing will be required of him. The teacher is going to demand of your child to sit calm while he's being taught in the classroom. Your child is going to be able to sit calm and listen to the teacher. He's not going to be climbing the chairs, jumping on the table, running around the classroom. No. So I always tell parents that education starts from the home. If you help out by helping to groom your child, teaching your child simple listening skills from the house, when your child gets to the classroom, he's going to apply the same skills in the classroom. And that is why when some children come to the classroom, they seem like ready, to listen and learn. Why some teachers have a hard time trying to get them to sit in one place and listen. So to sum up the 4 simple listening skill rules that I have shared with you today, I'm going to teach you a little song that you can sing with your child at home, just to prep him, to help him to develop the art of listening. And this is going to help him a lot in the classroom. Okay? The song goes like this. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen when we learn. When we learn. One more time. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen when we learn. When we learn. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.